Alright, good practice looks Forest. Now, the end of the season, we are officially the Burned Tower Goomys. So with that rebrand comes the easiest part of any coach's job, the cuts. Now, while I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to, I have cut a lot of you. Hoopa's cut, Tornadus is cut, Celebi, you're gone. Gullispod, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you. Congrats to the rest of you for making the team. Except Primarina, Jellicent, Zorark, Trevenant, Drotagon, and Kabutops. Hey, howdy everyone, this is Dan, the coach of the newly named Burned Tower Goomys going up against the Viridian City Volcaronas. So, start off this match here pretty easily enough. I called the Magnezone start, so I start with my boy Chris here. Get that complete invulnerability to just about everything he does. I knew he was going to switch out here, so I went for an Aqua Tail just in case he stayed in. I like playing it safe this battle, you'll notice that a lot here. So I go for the Waterfall, hoping to, if he has a balloon, air balloon, to get that off of him. But either way, that's free damage. That doesn't matter because Life Orb and then grassy terrain here, or not Life Orb. He didn't have Life Orb. So I see Grass Fairy. I switch way the fuck out into my Dragalge. That's good typing for me because I see this Horn Leech coming, or Leech Life coming a mile away. So I switch into something that's gonna resist it and take that little bit. So with Black Sludge and then Grassy Terrain here, I get a decent chunk of damage back, so that Life Leech did basically nothing to me. So he sees what's coming here and switches into Matilda, which I predicted here. I knew he was going to switch into a Poison type to hopefully just tank that damage, so I just start setting up spikes, knowing the only way he's going to get those spikes gone is if he switches back into Muck here, and that'll take another turn here, so at the very least I'm getting 2 spikes off. Then he used Knockoff. I wasn't expecting Knockoff here. I was really expecting a switch here, trying to get something off, trying to get a spin or something, some good damage on here, but holy shit, that Knockoff did a lot. So now I have my 2 Toxic Spikes on there. We're sitting at a decent HP here. Get hit with a Knockoff here, which makes me know that he is banded into Knockoff. So I know I'm dying, don't want to switch into something that's just going to get knocked off. So I go for a Draco Meteor. Does decent damage. It's not at all what I wanted. I was hoping for more Dragalge this match, but what happened happened. So Grassy Surge is gone. I've got nothing. Taking this knockoff. Dragalge is dead. Wasn't really planning on keeping him around for that long, so I just sent in Volcanion, thinking, alright, Earth Power is going to do a decent amount of damage. I was fucking wrong. Because this does almost nothing. This does very little damage, way less than I expected, and there goes my Assault Vest. So I have a neutered Volcanion out here, and I know that he's going to switch because this next Earth Power is going to kill, so I just go for a safe coverage move here, and he gets that Intimidate off, which is a bummer, or no, I did use Earth Power. I'm dumber than I thought. So, I see him on here. I know for a fact that Earthquake's coming. There is no doubt in my mind. So, I switch into my Dragonite here. Getting that nice unaffected damage here. Go for a Dragon Dance because I know this HP Ice is coming. I have a nice little trick up my sleeve here. Multi-scale Dragonite Dragon Dance and Weakness Policy. So, I take this up. Does not a lot of damage here. Gets my Weakness Policy, so I'm at +3 attack. And it's time for this Landorus to die. Kind of feel bad for taking him out before he can even do anything, but at the same time, he's an asshole. So he goes down, and I'm sitting here pretty nice, and I see Cloyster come out, and I get really confused for a couple reasons here. I was fully expecting a priority move here, if I had like Ice Shard or something like that. But he gets Toxiced, I land my Outrage, which knocks him down to 1 HP. He's Focus Sash, which is fine with me, because the way I'm looking at it, I traded Dragonite for Landorus and Cloyster, and to me, that's absolutely a fantastic trade for me. I have no problem with sacrificing 1 mon for 2, especially one that really didn't counter his team too well. So, he comes in, gets his ass kicked, then Cloyster dies. And we're just kind of sitting here, and I basically get to see, oh, who is he putting in? Tosses in Muck. I toss in my Volcanion. which is a bummer that Muck comes back in on that free switch there, because that just takes away all the toxic spikes, which is a pretty big bummer. But I know he's going to freak out when he sees that Volcanion, and he's going to switch. And I knew he was going to switch here, and I'm so mad I didn't go for Sludge Wave, because I knew it was happening here, but I wanted to play it safe. Like I said earlier, this is my safest match I've played so far. But luckily the Steam Eruption gets that burn on him, which basically nullifies that little bastard over there. So he's burned, took some decent damage. That Grassy Surge isn't doing enough to keep him alive. He gets the Horn Leech. Really not too worried about it after that burn. If he didn't get that burn, that would have killed. So I'm very lucky there. And then I surprise him with a Sludge Wave. I have that on Volcanion specifically for this little bastard. So his Hooligan gets a little surprise there. And Volcanion stays in, gets the kill, does some decent damage. And then I go for Overheat. Take that Flash Cannon, pretty nice, because that's does almost nothing to me, so I'm not worried at all about what this guy can do to me. Overheat misses, so that's fun. That is very fun for me. I'm not upset at all, not one bit. Lands that Volt Switch, that's going to get the kill, and pretty bummed here, but I do get to see what he switches into, which puts me at the great advantage here. So it brings out his Muck, which, fair enough, that thing does need to die, so I could basically get to look and pick and choose for my team, and I see, oh, Quagsire. Quagsire's going to be able to get that kill off Earthquake, right? Right? Right, Chris? Chris? Get that poison, no leftovers, Earthquake, and it does fucking nothing. Doesn't get the kill. Sitting here with a poison. He's getting HP back. Lost my leftovers. Just not having a good time. Chris is a naughty boy and didn't get the kill. So that's a bummer, but we live with those. We take it. Take this other knockoff. Doesn't matter. That's just decent damage. Get the Earthquake, and Chris's job is officially done here. There's really nothing else he needs to take on head on. So I'm completely fine with this trade that happened. Looking back, now that I'm seeing that I'm in third place due to the KO numbers, I'm a little bummed I didn't play smarter than I did. But I was just going for the guaranteed win rather than going for anything stylish or outstanding. So I think that's close combat. Chris is dead. Not that bothered. Didn't really have much he needed to do. So I send in Spooky Boy here, looking to get this clean Shadow Ball off. Then he takes out his Infernape here, which honestly surprised me a little bit. He was probably scarfed or banded into close combat, but I was expecting. I wasn't expecting the switch into a like 60% damage move, which then I speeded and then got the kill. So his Mon's down. He's down to his last Mon here, and I outspeed. I'm not worried here because even with this Flare Blitz, I have Focus Sash, which is something I've been running especially for this team. Just leave me with 1 HP. I get the damage I need to, and he takes some recoil. And with Sludge Wave, that's GG. Good shit, Volcaronas. Lucky I got that burn. That turned around my entire game plan on the spot there. But good game. Very, very good game. It was closer than I would have liked, but it was a very good game. Yep. So I'm glad to be back in the league. I'm 2-0 so far, so already an astounding improvement off of last year. Getting to pick my team really helped here. So the Splash Show that I'm currently holding right now is going to one of you fuckers. It's not going to be mine anymore. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great one, guys. Bye.